Welcome to the Loaded Cannon. Today, Arsenal in the Champions League. We took on France's best team, France's most glamorous team, the team that, you take on and you want to have a good time against them. You want to beat them. And that's what we did. We absolutely did a thorough professional job on PSG. And I know some people are going to take it away from us and they're going to say, you know, the second half especially, it wasn't pure domination from Arsenal. But you know what? What I would say is that I never ever thought that we were going to lose that game. I never thought we were ever even going to draw that game. Going up to the stadium, being in the ground, watching it, at no point was I concerned. I always thought we were going to win that. And I think that's just become the new Arsenal, to be honest with you. Even if you look at the goals, for example, the first goal, there was just really good play from Arsenal. I think Havertz's timing of the run into the box absolutely made that goal. And Trossard, just let me take a second for Trossard here, because often I talk about Trossard and say he's the best finisher at the club in terms of that instinctive first-time finish. But, Leandro Trossard, his touch, some of his touches today were just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And he's just such a good player to have. He's getting his starting position in the team now instead of coming off the bench. And he's absolutely grasping it with both hands. I think he's doing such a good job of it. And just a really enjoyable player to watch with real end product. The way him and Kai Havertz combined today was lovely to see. But especially that Trossard touch where it went to Havertz and he set Martinelli up on the volley. If that had gone in, that would have been one hell of a goal to remember. But back to PSG. So as I was saying, look, even though they had a lot of possession and, some people might look at the stats of the game, I think you've got to be there to realize what happened today. You actually have to watch that game and not look at the stats to realize what happened today. We dominated PSG. I know you might find this strange because, you look at the stats and that will contradict what I'm saying, but we had them chained up exactly where we wanted them, and we had them under control. We were dominating them. We eventually, yes, second half especially, because we had the two goals, let them sort of get out of those chains and come onto us a little bit. But even when they did that, they couldn't find the penetration that we found. Twice we got in behind them and did what we needed to do, scored two goals. They were just unable to do that. We stood firm, we trusted our defences, and as much as they really tried to sort of come onto us and do what they needed to do, they just couldn't. We are so strong defensively that it's just a really tough task to score against us and to really harm us. So it's a weird one. Arsenal now, we're not a defensive team, I'd say, but at times we know when to do it. We know when to just kind of say, you know what, we're so confident in our defence that we don't need to risk going forward anymore. We don't need to do any more. We'll just kind of say, all right, we've done the hard work, we've scored the two goals, and now that's it. Now the challenge is on you. Can you get two goals past us? Generally, that's not going to be true. I have to admit, after what happened against Leicester on the weekend, when we went two goals up, and in the second half, PSG started to attack us, I was a bit nervous. I did think to myself, if they get one, then it could get a bit dodgy because, it's just happened a few days before. But thankfully, they didn't get that one, and truly, they didn't really look like scoring. Yes, they hit the bar, and they had a really good shot from distance where the ball, man, the way that swerved, it looked like Raya was out of position, but actually he did quite well to keep it out because the way it swerved was it was a cracking shot. And yeah, they could have got a little bit of luck there, but then same with Arsenal, like, that Martinelli volley that I mentioned earlier, that, Donnarumma, that easily could have squirmed underneath him, and Arsenal could have got a bit of luck there as well. But listen, we deserve to win that game. Now, the thing is, what I want to find out from you guys as well is there was a conversation on CBS where Jamie Carragher, Michael Richards, Thierry Henry were talking about whether that was a statement win for Arsenal. So I want you to let me know whether you think that was a statement win for Arsenal. I'm torn. I really am torn on it because on one hand, you look at it and you say, PSG had 35% possession. Sorry, PSG had 65% possession. They had significantly more passes than us, significantly more accurate passes. They had more touches in the opposition box. And you look at all of that and you think to yourself, well, especially at home, what kind of statement is that? But on the other hand, you look at Arsenal and you say, well, we had more than double the expected goals they had. We had more than double the shots on target. We were much better in the duels. Maybe you could say they were better on the ball. We were better off the ball. But the reality is we did what we needed to do, and after that, the story of the game changed. I think it just about qualifies as a statement win, and they are the most glamorous team in France, right? They are the team you want to beat, but they're not the team that maybe we know of PSG in recent years. They're not Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. They're a different team now, and actually they're in a different phase. They're sort of trying to find themselves again. And I think clearly, if you beat a team with those superstars in it, it's always a statement win. Whilst this one, like I say, it probably just qualifies as a statement win. But the point that Thierry Henry made that I totally agree with is that we need this sort of victory away from home. Now, you look at our first game against Atalanta, and we've kept a clean sheet there. We've kept a clean sheet here again. Arsenal are built on a solid defence, and yeah, that maybe the manner of the victory, when you look at all the details of the game, doesn't feel like a statement. But this is a team that never ever really, to me, looked troubled by PSG. So I think let's give the lads credit. I put this down as a statement win, but it was a thoroughly professional, comprehensive victory. Now, one player, again, we have to talk about. I think he's on unbelievable form right now. And honestly, he needs to be considered for Player of the Month or something in the Premier League. And that's Gabriel. What a beast this guy is, man. He's just so problematic to play against. You look at attackers coming up against him, and they don't stand a chance. The form he is in right now is just absolutely unbelievable. Saka, he got his goal today, albeit a bit fortunate, and Donnarumma had a nightmare for both goals. Maybe that's one thing that we need to say as well, actually, in terms of the story of the game. He'll be very, very disappointed, and he's a much better goalkeeper than what he showed today. But, Saka as well, leading us out as captain. I'm so glad he got his goal. He's just Mr. Consistent. He troubled them all game as well. He was really, really good. And, I mentioned after the Leicester game that Arsenal have got a lot of home games. So we had Leicester at home, we've won it. PSG at home, we've won it. Now we've got Southampton coming up at home. I'm sure we better win that game. Then we've got Bournemouth away. And then again, Shakhtar at home, and then Liverpool at home. So that's 6 games. 5 of them are at home. And what goes up must come down, in the same sense that you have a lot of home games, you're going to have a lot of away games as well. We've got a run in November of away games that looks nasty. So we've got Inter away from home. Sorry, no, we've got Newcastle away from home after Preston, but hey, that's Carabao Cup and that doesn't count. Newcastle away from home, Inter away from home, Chelsea away from home, Forest away from home, Forest at home, and then Sporting away from home. And then West Ham away from home. That's a tough November with 2, 3, 4, 5 tough away games. So we've got to make sure we win all of our home games that are coming up and put ourselves in a really good position. Anyway, we beat France's best today. Very enjoyable game. 2 games in the Champions League, 2 clean sheets. We really cannot complain. I'll see you next time for Southampton. Take care.